In today's fast-paced, interconnected world, resilience is crucial for business and entrepreneurs. Co-creation and co-investment are powerful strategies to build resilience, foster innovation, and ensure long-term success. Today's discussion will delve into how these concepts are shaping the entrepreneurial landscape across ASEAN. We are fortunate to have a panel of esteemed leaders, each with unique experiences and insights on the topic. Let me introduce them one by one. Our next panelist is Ms. TRAN PHUONG. Ms. TRAN PHUONG, Vice Chairperson of the Board of Directors, PHUONG Jewelry JSC PNJ of Vietnam. Ms. THAO is a dynamic leader of PNJ, where she leads the Environment, Society, and Corporate Governance, or the ESG Committee. She brings extensive international experience, having lived, studied, and worked in the UK, USA, Australia, and New Zealand. Before joining PNJ, she held leadership roles at ANZ Banking Group and Dong A Bank. Ms. THAO holds degrees from Oxford University, London Business School, and Harvard University, and has led PNJ's digital transformation. Again, Ms. TRAN PHUONG. Thank you all for being here today. You may now sit down. Thank you very much, Mr. Chowdhury. Next, Ms. TRAN PHUONG.
You can call me THAO.
Okay. Ms. Tang, please, Ms. THAO.
Good morning, all the distinguished guests and all delegates. It is my honor today to join this panel, represent the Vietnam Young Entrepreneur Association and also JCI Vietnam. My company is PHUONG Jewelry, and we are the biggest manufacturer and retailers of jewelry in Vietnam. We have over 400 retail stores throughout the country and a factory that has a capacity of more than 3 million items per year. So just a few thoughts on the resilience. We are in Vietnam very proud that our Young Entrepreneur Association has had more than 30 years of history, and we are among the first country in Asian to develop such an extensive network of young entrepreneurs throughout different generations. And we believe that is one of the key elements that have Vietnamese business to build resilience as our country is developed. And the biggest testament of resilience is through COVID. I think everyone here experienced it. And during COVID, we do see that members of VYEA, of Ho Chi Minh City Young Business Association, of JCI, get together and assist each other throughout the supply chain. And I believe that with that camaraderie, it creates a strong Vietnamese business community. And many of the young entrepreneurs now become, like the top business in Vietnam, and they all attribute their success to the association. So I think that's one of the key elements for the resilience of Vietnamese business. With respect to co-investment, we at PNJ and as VYEA strongly believe the best co-investment that you can have is the co-investment in knowledge. So, today we talk about the economy of knowledge, and I think sharing of knowledge, building on each other's expertise is also one of the wonderful things that we as young entrepreneurs of ASEAN should do. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, thank you very much, Sir Mr. Sokthavi Chowdhury. Let me ask a question to Ms. THAO. With your leadership in ESG and digital transformation at PNJ, how has co-investment helped drive sustainability and innovation? And can you share an example of how your international experience has shaped co-creation strategies within PNJ and across ASEAN?
So, with respect to ESG, I must attribute our success to one of a very proud international partnership that we have, which is the PNJ Disney co-branding experience. And we were able to sign the collaboration and co-branding with Disney back in 2019, but it was part of almost 2 years of hard work because Disney, they have a very high ESG standard and labor standard. And back then, even though we have invested a lot in corporate culture and, do the good thing at work and for the society, we didn't have the ESG mindset back then. And it was through that partnership, we learned a lot from Disney. And it helps us a lot when we officially embarked on our ESG strategy in 2022. We found that almost every element was ready. So my advice would be, like for business, if you don't know where to start on your ESG journey, then please find, a bigger partners, in your supply chain or someone who can be, your co-brand or your alliance members to learn from them, because you will benefit a lot from the expertise of, people who have done ESG before you. So that's the first point I'd like to point out. The other thing is, even though P&J is a very proud Vietnamese business, but actually 49% of our shareholders are overseas. And many of our shareholders come from Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia. So to another extent, we are also an ASEAN business. So I believe that the financial market of ASEAN countries have, become more and more integrated nowadays. So if we talk about co-investment, then let's not forget about the captive flow among the ASEAN countries. So, as young entrepreneurs, please have, an open mindset and sort of promote your company beyond your own country to access in that financial wealth of ASEAN as a whole. And together, we let money flow through where the return is highest. And I think that's one way we can, strengthen ASEAN as an economic bloc. And lastly, I think the cornerstone of ESG or co-investment or even co-creation is to protect your own identity. So, to be a business, to build a sustainable business, I think it's first start with the founder's mindset, the leader's mindset, to truly know who we are as a business, to have a clear strategy and have a clear ESG commitment. So I would say a lot of effort should be put on, developing a strong corporate identity, corporate culture, and then you move on to develop an ESG strategy.
Thank you very much. So that was very enlightening. So that's really a new way of attacking the market, right? So for this second round of questions, I would just like to ask each of you, Ms. THAO.
So I like to first start with the opportunity. So one of the successful models of co-creation is for big and established business to co-create with startup, especially technology startup. Because as an established business, you should focus on your core business and you should not really, go about investing in all the technology application to solve your business problem. So in P&J, we have a successful example where we co-create with a technology startup that utilize computer vision AI to measure the traffic into the store and also help us optimize in terms of staff allocation at different hours throughout the day. So we were among, the very first customer, and actually the first use case that the technology startup, now quite successful and expanding into ASEAN region, was developed between P&J and them. And we actually teach them how the retail industry works so that they customize their use case to actually, serve the real business of the big retailers. Because originally they had no idea how their technology can turn into a viable business case. So of course, as the first customer, then we get early access to the technology. We have a better deal, to have, the 2 or 3 year contracts with them. Of course, the challenge is to co-create with a technology startup. The speed of operation are very different. Like the startup, they operate on very, fast pace. And it's a challenge to our team to also, bring, our speed up to them. But for us, it's also an opportunity to train our team as well. The other challenge of co-creation is that you have to accept the fact that after the creation, they will use the product to offer to other business as well. So of course, big business don't like it. So, but it's just the rule of the game. So you have to, respect it. And the challenge for the big business is always stay ahead. So of course, after that, the first co-creation, then we move on and co-create with other, tech startup as well. So, end of the day, you just have to be smart in terms how you build your co-creation strategy.
Okay, so it's more of like the biggest challenge is the exclusivity of the co-created products. It's no longer part of your business. It's not just part of your business, it can be offered to other businesses, right? Yes. So this one is a very proactive way of networking by attending events like this and actively participate in your Young Entrepreneurs Associations in your country and all other activities. Thank you very much. And I now move on to our next program. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our moderator and our distinguished panelists. Before we end the session, please come to the middle of the stage for a photo session.
Yes, that's okay. And now we would like to once again have a photo opportunity together on the stage. Our panelists and also the moderator. Please have a group photo first.
จะขอเชิญสร้างภาพสื่อมวลชนได้บันทึกภาพทางโมเดเลเตอร์และก็ผู้ร่วมในเวทีสนทนาของพวกเรา
3, 2, 1.
One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. And please give another round of applause to our moderator and also our distinguished panelists.